listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last session on the Nasty Table 12 gauge.
You see chunks of metal, piles of wood and lumber and ash, and you see half of an oven that's just kind of like sticking out on its side. Everything's torn to shit loose.
Nah, we got 3 guys. I mean, really fun.
You got an arson guy?
Yeah. They all need this in triplicate. You CC my supervisor.
4 or 5 hours to really feel like you covered this. And a rusty nail that's kind of hanging out there digs itself into the side of your arm and kind of pull it out really quick.
You want to end up on the most wanted list?
What crime did we commit?
There was a intentional fire set akin to many insurance fraud claims from restaurants.
The head of a large ant. Upside down, looking up at you. Second.
Fucking Slenderman got our audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I mean, are there any electronics that were near this at all? Did you put your phone near it? No, you don't do that, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
telling you, it's the microplastics.
Yeah, it's the microplastics causing interference from my balls.
It's
been
fucking. It's the fucking
a lot of tap
Russians,
water.
man.
Like a lot of tap water.
They dropped that EMP, man. They're like, we couldn't take down your fucking crazy lunatic, so now we're just gonna shut down your podcast.
I don't mean to put out another
The
podcast
second most dangerous thing in America.
while we're
The Nasty
recording
Table 12 gauge.
another podcast, but if you guys do like radio shows, Derelict is a pretty cool sci-fi adventure if you want to give that a listen.
I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. I also really like.
I'm not big on radio shows, radio drama.
It's more of a radio drama. It's definitely no like actual like RP play per se.
Other than like TTRPG podcasts, the only other podcasts that I listen to are like educational in nature.
Joe Rogan.
History.
Hey, Joe Rogan
History
has
podcast.
some
Only
good
the new
guys on
stuff.
there. I will say, like Neil deGrasse Tyson has.
These are good, dude.
Some of them are. There was 1 or 2 good ones on there.
I'm not bashing his guests. He has a lot
I
of
am.
interesting people.
I am.
You don't like any of Joe Rogan's guests?
I think he gives a platform to wackos.
It
He
used
does.
To be,
He
it
does.
used to be so good. It
It
used to
used
be
to be
banging.
good. It used to be really good. And
When he had Duncan Trussell on, like back in fucking.
It's just like shock value at this point.
Yeah.
Anymore, yeah. It's just a right-wing talk show now.
Yeah, it's
guys-
just like...
I do
you
like
guys-
some of the comedians he has on there. Some of them are fucking
I mean, bro,
hysterical.
you gotta look at who you're talking about. The whole dude's career has been shock factor, fear factor, UFC,
MMA, yeah.
fucking everything he's involved with is because, oh my god, that's so gory and gross, or fucking, that's just his career.
Did you guys listen to that one with the Area 51 dude?
Yeah,
No.
Bob
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, Bob
Lazar.
Lazar.
Yes,
He's an interesting dude. Not even because of what he said on the podcast, just his life story is very, very interesting. And didn't they like find proof? Like he did go to MIT and he was like wiped from the school records. Someone found his name in a school paper from like the 80s.
That's fucking
Where he was listed on the like MIT engineers who worked on a certain project, but it was in like a school paper from MIT that someone just kept. And they pulled it up and they were like, yeah, look, there's Bob Lazar. And they traced the paper back and it was real, but there's no record of him ever going there.
That's wild.
Is he a real person?
Yeah. I think what's more interesting about it is, like, I don't think the government wiped his name out of existence. I think that's ludicrous because there's so many, like, it's hard to keep one person quiet, let alone an entire school of people who would have known this guy. But what I do think is interesting is he probably went to school during a time where, like, if you wanted to know who went to high school in 1970, unless you had a yearbook, how are you finding that? It was pre-internet.
Yeah,
How you-
asking people.
Pre-database.
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
Pre-database.
But then what? Like Bob Lazar's pleading his case, and he's like, "Go ask this person. I don't know where they are now, but I went to school with them, and go ask this person."
Well, yeah, I mean, you would know your professors at least by name, and I imagine that if you're a professor at MIT, you're a lot easier to find than an average person.
I don't remember a single professor from college first and last name.
Are we gonna get canceled for this?
I'm not keeping this in.
Why not?
Everybody always says
Yeah,
that. They're
Joe's
like-
gonna
they're
keep in the part right.
They're always like, they're always like, dude, you can't say that. And I'm like, I wasn't keeping any of this in to begin with. Yeah, audio issues aside, pretty good session, pretty crazy, pretty wild, pretty wacky, pretty crazy, pretty wild.
I thought that was a good session.
Bananas, a little. You guys seem like you have a path carved out for you. Obviously, this discovery may throw a wrench in that. But give me a recap of that last session, guys.
Oh fuck, I forgot about the discovery, bro.
That's a.
Can we just like
The audio issue fucking
retcon that?
made me forget, bro. Fuck.
Can we retcon?
Yeah,
what we
I don't know
found?
if the static allowed that to stay canon.
It did.
before we get into this, that dude was living in a fucking race car. It was the size of a car. His little nest. He was living in a race car bed. That big ass ant.
Was he in a race,
car bed?
Oh, come on. dude.
Dale Earnhardt fucking ant bed.
Was that what we heard the banging? He was driving it down the stairs.
He was fucking banging with the rev limiter.
He's slamming on the horn.
I mean, of note, we're obviously going to get into it, but it is in theoretical to assume that this creature inhabited that nest. That nest was too small for this creature.
Well, I haven't even seen the creature.
We'll get into it,
Okay.
like I
No,
said.
that's not good, bro. That's not good.
Okay.
If we would have just opened the
That's
bathroom
not
door,
good.
he
We
would've
did
been
open the
taken- I know,
bathroom
I'm just
door.
kidding.
Dude, we're gonna be here for 5 more fucking episodes.
We're playing with more bugs, baby.
He was fucking taking a shit, reading a newspaper, and we just
He's just looking up. Oh, what are you doing?
He saw the flash.
Yo, someone's in here.
You imagine having a
you heard-
toilet or a broom come up with a flashlight on there, and you're like, "Yo, buddy,
Yo, relax.
his mandibles are going. You heard it knocking? Like,
Were you raising a fucking barn? Yeah. Can you
hey, manners.
recap?
As it pertains to what Tyler did, because we don't know, audience doesn't know.
There's only 2 people in this world that know what Tyler did.
I know, and that's completely fine. I guess my question is, as it pertains to the listening audience, is that stuff that private session at the table you cue the listening audience into, or do you kind of let it unfold? Like, do you think a listening audience will remember that instance if it comes up again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no responsibility to keep the listening audience in the loop.
I'm not saying that. I'm more gauging perception from the listening
fuck
audience.
our audience."
If they're smart, they'll pay attention.
Okay. That was
the
my
fuck are
only
you
question.
listening to a podcast for if you aren't paying attention?
Yeah, just put it on his own app.
Yeah, like what are you leaving it
Yeah,
on
I'm
for your
half-
cat when
I'm
you
halfway
leave your
through the
house?
critical role.
What the
I'm sorry. Weren't you guys the guys who literally listened to a podcast called like Baseball to fall asleep
But
to?
that's
That's
the
different.
purpose of that
That's the
podcast.
purpose.
Baseball to fall asleep?
Yeah, it's sleep baseball. It's just fake baseball, like announcers
Really?
going through a
Yeah,
fake
it's
game.
fucking banging. It'll be like,
just fall asleep
Jimmy
to it.
Hammersticks is up to the plate. It's an 0-1 count.
But it's
He
real
hits a
calm.
zinger to left field.
Really?
Yeah,
That sounds lovely.
it's
yeah,
awesome.
it's fire.
It's so good.
Now, God, I hate that we're getting sidetracked. I want to get on track. I'm sorry.
we got time.
We'll keep it 10.
Do they
First.
follow
Seasons and shit.
recurring teams?
Yes,
Yeah,
there-
bro.
there's like 7 teams they play a season.
It'll be like the Seattle Salmons are
So
playing the
it's
fucking.
funny. It's funny you bring this up because I play a game called Super Mega Baseball. It's one of my favorite video games. It is an arcade-style baseball game that has been praised for its ability to, although they are fake players and fake teams.
Is that the Japanese one?
No,
Because I've seen that one on fucking YouTube.
no. But it's very in-depth when you go to build a franchise. Like, there's a lot of teams to choose from, a lot of ability for customization. That you can actually like improve players throughout the seasons and stuff like that. Like, you can allocate traits and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I really like this game. I never play it online. I just do like a franchise. I'm in like season 4. But there are people online who will build a league, and their whole thing is to build the league, and then they just simulate it, and like they watch the games and
Yeah.
like comment on it, and that's what it reminds me of. Like, I don't know why it's
People do
fun.
that on the show too. Like
I don't
people
know
will just
why
be like,
that's
"Yeah, I'll put my
fun.
player on like the Phillies, and then we'll just sim for the entire season until I get to the World Series, and then we're
it's
just gonna play the World Series."
It's
out."
very funny that that's like a thing. Like
Yeah,
that's a real thing. You
It's
don't have to
awesome.
simulate it.
Yeah, no.
You could just watch sports. But I feel like the people who do that don't really watch sports, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Too many
podcast
ads.
is awesome.
Too many ads.
The ads in the sleep baseball, awesome.
Gas.
have
They're all. It's like Bob's fly fishing and hardware shop has ads.
They
It's
do that in
awesome.
Super Mega Baseball.
It's just random ass
Except
ads.
They're kind of funny. It'll be
Yeah.
like chewing gumbo.
Chewing gumbo.
They have like hat handles.
That's
Like
the same, it's the same
Harry's
thing.
hat handles.
There's probably some inspiration in the baseball thing from that
Yeah,
game.
maybe.
I bet.
We were in the middle of a recap, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
No, please. I just have no interest in baseball podcasts or baseball games. So
You had no interest in
Bro
football
hates
for a
America's
while.
pastime.
There was a long time.
I didn't say I didn't have interest in baseball. I like baseball. I just don't listen to fake baseball podcasts to fall asleep to or play baseball games.
I'm a true American
I
at heart.
asked
what can
Joe
I say?
the first year the Nasty League, the Fantasy League. I asked Joe to do a league with me, and he said no. And then everyone wanted to do a league, and then he invited me to a league. and I was
Fantasy
like,
baseball is the
what the
worst thing
fuck?
ever invented.
Fantasy
ever.
football. At the time, you weren't as invested as
Dude,
you are now.
I just always, throughout my whole life, I have always cared about the Eagles. I've always watched Eagles games. I've always paid attention to. I've never watched why would I watch another team play? And then I started watching other teams play, and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. Why have I been robbing myself of this my entire life? Now I watch. I don't think I'm gonna do it this year, but 2 seasons in a row where I've watched every single game.
There is nothing like sweating a Browns-Jets game.
Yeah, for real.
awesome.
Seriously.
I swear to God, it'll make you feel like you're ready to check into a hospital, but in the best way ever.
Yeah. I thought it was so fucking funny where I'm just like, I'm prepping for this session and I'm going through the group chat and I just kind of like look over and it's like, yeah, we go counterclockwise and you're like, fuck you, fuck the horse you came in on, like, I'll rock your shit, I'll fucking knock you dead, fuck you. And I was just like, Jesus Christ.
We're coming active today.
I reread what I sent, and I could definitely see it being perceived a different way. I think had I said it out loud, it would have been like, yeah, I had snacks last week and we go counterclockwise. It was like I was working, I just looked at it and I explained it and I moved on. And then I looked down after you responded and I was like, wow.
That's all. Yeah.
I was like, shit. I had no idea it could have been taken that way. I honest to God sent that and thought it was going to be met with, oh, right, my bad.
You know, like a normal response.
That's not in my vocabulary. What the fuck are you looking for?
Ant has said worse shit to me after done him a favor.
So, with Garfield and Gonzo back at the police station, setting up the preliminaries of a report to be given to Captain Christina Perez, Gauze and Galleon find themselves at the scene of arson. Galleon standing over the unmoving head of a large ant. It's upside down. The rest of it extends and looks like it's pinned under rubble. Gauze, you're unaware of this at this point in time. Galleon, you're just looking at this thing. Roll sanity.
Escalators.
6.
You're not going to lose
on a 60.
not going to lose any sanity. But you're just standing above this thing. What do you do?
How far is he from me?
Maybe about 20 feet.
I'd imagine you'd have a reaction. I'm going to kind of step back.
Mhm.
What am I on the rubble?
Yeah, you're kind of like stepping in between it. You had to basically move a large chunk of maybe charred plywood in order to
All right,
take a look at this thing.
I'm stepping back. It frightened me a little bit.
Okay.
You think he would have heard me?
I would say no, because this entire time that you guys have been here, rubble has been falling. Rubble has been, unless you verbally made some sort of noise. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning at this point. I'm sorry, it's about like 4 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Gauze,
Yep.
I found something.
What?
A bug.
Small one? Yellow?
It's not small. Come here.
I'll take a walk over.
Taking a look.
Hold
quickly.
on, before you look. I want to be clear. This is the biggest bug I've ever seen in my life. And it wasn't anything we saw in that place.
Okay.
Just prepare yourself.
Big bug, yeah, okay.
Taking a look, it's not hard to see about the size of a dog, a large dog. You would imagine based off of the side of its head. Like I mentioned, the rest of it seems to be pinned under rubble. As you get a closer look, and Galleon, I imagine you're standing next to him as Gauze kind of takes a look at this thing. You can see bits of it seem to have been charred off and kind of fallen off, and like gashes in it. And But go ahead. Gauze, roll sanity for me.
Okay.
Question: did you guys take the Kona or the Rev?
They took the cone.
We took the Kona. Fuck. You can give us a call. I mean,
Wait. Oh my god. 53 on a 53. Success.
Success. Not going to lose any sanity points.
We don't,
Wait,
have to,
okay.
we don't have to add 20 to sanity roll?
yeah.
Oh, you most certainly do.
73 on a 53.
You're going to lose 1 point of sanity.
I have arrived at the exact number of my breaking point.
You got to go lower than it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I have a question for you.
I have a question as well.
How do hit points work? Like, so
you
I know
regain 1 hit point every night that you get a full night's rest in a safe location.
Okay, so me putting on kind of preliminary bandages didn't do diddly doo dah.
No, it stopped you from bleeding all over the place.
Fair enough.
Losing more.
There's not. I don't really play mechanics like that. But I mean, yeah, you needed to cover that.
Yeah. And if I went to a hospital, there's no additional.
No, yeah.
health points.
If they gave you like professional analysis and any kind of
stitches, yada yada
treatment,
yada.
yeah, if it that would gain you some health points back
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
Of course.
When you say the size of a dog, the head's the size of a dog?
The head is the size of a dog's head.
A dog's head.
Like the ant in total is the
Oh,
size of
I
a
thought
dog.
the head of the ant was the size of a dog.
It is
No.
a dog-sized
Okay.
head
Dog-sized head of an ant.
because
Okay.
the whole ant is dog-sized.
That's a fucking big bug.
Yeah, it's a really big bug.
We gotta get this thing out of here.
Where are we gonna put it?
Car?
Didn't you just clean this car out?
Fuck it. Clean it again.
I wish you would have left the Kona, dude. I feel like if we might have been able to squeeze it into the gun case.
This is the rental, right?
It is the rental.
Let's just fucking burn it out somewhere.
All right. Do me a favor. You were friendly with the cop, right?
Yeah.
Go grab the car. Say we're gonna load up the evidence and get out of here. I'm gonna keep looking to see if there's anything more, and I'll try and move some of the rubble off the body.
Here, I'll help you move rubble first so we can just get it right in there.
All right, sounds good.
Do we have
I-
trash bags or anything?
I say we just pull the car up, back it up, throw it in the trunk, and get the hell out of here.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
I guarantee you this is what knocked that door down.
All right.
It.
Yeah, I got to give him his flashlight back either way. So here, let's
All
get
right,
the rubble
yeah,
off. Let's get the rubble. Let's see if you can move it yourself. If you can, I'm gonna talk to him and block the window. And while I give his stuff back, I'll talk to him. Whatever.
I hate to get scientific here, because I'm not a scientific background. I'm not even gonna go that route. All right, let's start moving rubble.
All right.
Give the rat back with a broken axle.
So, taking the time to move rubble, some of it's small, some of it's easy, spindles, chunks of plywood, like I said. It is pinned under what looks like a series of thick pipes. That's a 2-man lift. Easy enough for both of you guys to get on either side, lift it off, move it out.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Does this? Can you see if this thing's still alive?
There's like parts charred out of it, right?
Yeah.
But it's intact.
Okay, yeah. We can try. I don't know how to check if the bug's alive. I mean,
They like have some semblance of a pulse, right? Ants
I
have
don't know.
blood.
I have no idea.
I thought you were a vet.
I've never seen a fucking ant this size.
You've
the size
never
of a
dealt
dog.
with an ant farm ever.
I don't have to check the pulse of a fucking ant. If an ant dies,
The
it's
fucking
dead.
idea that you think someone would take an ant farm to a vet is insane.
I'm the vet here, man. There's no way.
You're
There's
not
no
here.
way.
You're bullying Pierce.
Yes.
You're
I
not
would
here. You're
appreciate.
bullying Pierce.
I would appreciate
I'm
if
sorry.
both of you muted your mics. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I did not appreciate that. I'm playing Pierce right now.
Pierce gets a shiver up the
God, I hate that bastard.
Are you checking if it's alive?
How the fuck do I check?
I don't know. Grab its mandible or something.
I'm not
Steve.
touching that fucking thing.
It's an ant.
Look at the fucking size of those chompers.
Break one off.
You do it.
Can I try and break off its mandible
with your hand.
with piece of rubble?
Just kind of like drop it or like pry it, press it. What's the logistics?
like wedge it underneath the one on the right, so his left. I'm assuming it's a he.
Driver's
Can I
side.
check if it has balls?
Yeah, with the pipe. That's how you do it.
Oh wait, let's just drop the pipe on its head. The thing's
Okay.
pretty heavy.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, fuck this.
I mean, I don't wait. What if it like shatters in a bunch of pieces, and like gets everywhere and it's hard to pick up?
All right, give me something. Give me
Just
something.
fucking-
I'm gonna
just
try and
poke it. Just poke it first.
All right, can I poke it?
Yeah, you get like a pretty long stick and tap tap. Tap. Tap tap. It's making like this weird like crunchy sound as it
Ew.
taps against it. Unmoving.
I mean, one thing I do know is when you kill a bug, it keeps moving for a while. You ever kill like a spider and just kind of like moving around for a little bit,
No, I really like spiders.
or like an ant,
No,
an earwig,
no.
a moth?
I killed a mouse once.
It's a mammal.
Well, they trapped it, but I had to like throw it out. I felt really bad.
All right,
It's a mammal.
we'll talk about that later. I'll tell you about that later. But
All right, just let's get.
I'm
Let's get.
pretty
the
sure
s-
it's fine.
All right,
Let's just keep
let's
it covered.
Get the stuff off it.
Removing more rubble, and like I said, the pipe that's there, you guys lift it up and take it off. As you're clearing rubble, you see at this point it appears to have been bifurcated, cut across the middle section, where this pipe was, as if it was crushed beneath this pipe to cut it into two separate sections. As you're clearing off rubble, you're seeing more and more of this thing. It's about the size of a dog, like I said, fully formed. And as you get the final rubble off of its hind parts, you can see bulbous thorax filled with yellow liquid. Due to the size of it, you would imagine the liquid inside of here is somewhere around a gallon, 2 gallons.
I think we found all the missing liquid.
yeah, that's wow. Yeah. Does it smell like anything in the air?
Smell like anything in the air? No, you don't smell anything immediately.
Just burn out building.
Mhm.
It smells like an ant.
Well, I mean, if it's, I don't smell the perfume, so it means it's not like busted open, right?
It's probably like digested perfume at this point, right?
No, because we smashed the little one and it,
Oh
made, it
yeah,
still
we can
smelled
smell
like
it. You're right.
We gotta be really careful with that.
All right.
If that thing busts open, we're fucked.
Or the rav will just smell really nice. I'm joking.
Yeah,
Let's
that's-
get this fucking thing.
All right,
Jesus Christ.
say the thorax first. The little fucking piece full of.
All right, well go
Perfume.
get the car.
All right,
Just give the cop back his shit and go get the car. Meet me back here. Just back it up right here and then help me lift this thing.
well here I'm gonna see how heavy. Here, I'm gonna try to lift it up myself.
I think we should
Just like
well,
not lift it up, but like just get under it and see how heavy it is.
Putting your hands under the bottom half,
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is
sticking your one
Not
hand
not
in.
under the bulbous part, just like under the part that's bifurcated.
Yeah, and trying to lift it off the ground.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Just nudge it, like see how heavy it is.
You nudge it. You're not going to be able to see how heavy it is unless you pick it up.
Does it come off the ground easy, like from the beginning?
The part that isn't bulbous, but that's also not what seems to be most of the weight.
Fuck. Right here. Let's just.
Go get the car. Go get the car.
All right.
We
Yeah,
gotta load this thing
I'll
up
pull the car up.
before anybody
Okay.
sees.
So are you driving onto the rubble? Because this is probably about like halfway in.
There's like nails and shit.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So on the edge. The
On the
side
edge,
closer
yeah.
to the cop or farther from the cop?
What's closer to the ant?
Closer to the cop.
So I'd be blocking the
View.
the cop. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yep. Yeah. So it's easy enough to pull the Kona around where like the hood of the Kona is pointing towards the police officer and the back trunk is towards the rubble. And it's probably about maybe like 10 feet.
Okay. All right, let's
Oh, it was the Rab. I'm sorry, not the Kona.
Okay, that's fine. The Rav is a rental car. Okay. All right, let's the cops over there. Let's hurry up and get this thing by to the rear door, and we'll see if
All right.
we'll see how heavy it is. I guess.
Well, can you position the car so that maybe it's blocking our route to put it in the back?
Yeah, it seems to be that's the way that he
Okay.
set it up.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna put it in the. Well, we're parked on the side of the road, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to put it in like the back passenger area.
That
that part's like towards us, right?
I was gonna put it in the trunk.
I was
Just pop the
assuming that
hatch.
you were putting the trunk towards the rubble,
Oh, okay.
the hatch. It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do.
I would have parked it long ways so it blocks more.
Okay. All right, and then
So you
put it
wanna
in the
throw
back seat.
I want to throw it in the back seat, yeah.
Okay.
It's a RAV4. The seats go down?
Yeah.
I put the seats down.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Easy
put the
enough.
seats down, so it's the trunk. It's a trunk now.
No slack, but luckily the seats go.
My friend's mom drove a RAV4. Oh, I've been in that car many of times.
You ever have a big ass bug in it?
Okay.
Hold on.
I know all the features of a RAV4.
There were some weird undertones with that.
Yeah, I wanted to just skip right past it.
Continue.
I have no patience for inner Justins tonight.
All right.
You put the seats down.
So yeah, I keep the door open. I walk back over.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah. Let's get a move on. What time is it before I?
At this point, we're looking at like 4:10.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. All right. Let's get it moving.
All right. Lorax first.
Thorax first.
Thorax first.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are taking either side.
Yeah.
Put your hands underneath it, and you can feel like there's give to it, and it's still like warm chitinous. It's very sharp. Like you actually like catch your finger on a part of it that kind of feels like a pinch, and you kind of run it down, lift it up, and one of its legs brushes against your forearm, and you can feel each individual little hair and fiber rub against you. Lift it up, and it seems not too heavy.
Okay.
It's definitely safer if you guys do a 2-man lift.
Yeah.
Doing it like this, picking it up off the ground. You're looking at it, and it seems like the liquid in the back is probably about a gallon. Closer to a gallon than 1 to 2 gallons.
Okay.
Moving it over, putting it into the back seat.
Okay.
Let's get the
Let's get the other part.
top part.
Yeah.
As you put it down in the back, you notice that it is oozing a fair amount of goo.
It's oozing.
Yes.
Does it smell like the perfume?
No.
Okay. I mean, that's not our
Not our car.
and not the bad scent either. So
No.
let's keep going. Let's just get this thing.
Go
Let's
ahead.
get this thing out of our fucking lives.
All right.
The other half you pick up, and you can see it with the mandibles and the antenna and all the different parts of it. And it feels like you're picking up like charcoal almost. Parts of it do fall off as you're moving this part. One of the legs comes detached,
Mhm.
falls off, and you got to kind of like pick it up and carry it over, and you can see its head. And this whole situation is horrible. It is very discomforting. I need both of you guys to roll sanity as you move the second half into the...
Can we lessen sanity by sitting him up? Like maybe.
Yeah, like put a hat on him.
No.
Sunglasses.
No.
Did you put a seatbelt on?
We probably should.
Buckle him in.
Make sure you add 20 to it.
Oh, so that's a 98 on a 60?
Yeah.
Is that your first sanity loss?
No, God. I'm on
62 on a 52.
You guys are both going to lose 1 point of sanity.
I have now passed my breaking point.
Gauze has broke. Round of applause for the first breaking point of the campaign,
Can we get
everybody.
a soundboard applause? I mean, is that still on there?
No. Press the button, it didn't work.
You get vitals on these.
Are they sick? I think my ants are sick.
the type of person who has an ant farm would almost certainly try to bring them to a vet.
I was just, dude, I'm just laughing at that. Like, that is a
So
fucking
fucking
skit.
funny.
That is a Tim Robinson skit. Someone at the fucking vet with the ant farm.
You check his pulse.
Like, that is fucking hilarious.
All right. So you guys get both parts of this creature into the RAV4.
Can we sit him up?
Do you try to sit him up?
Mm-hmm.
Which parts are you sitting up?
The head.
Push it up against one of the, like, between the window and the back trunk. Kind of put it up, and the head just kind of, like, falls down limp. The closer you guys are to this thing, the more experience that you get being around it, you notice 2 things. One, other than the bulbous thorax, this thing appears almost entirely hollow. Additionally, parts of it are burnt off, parts of it have been burnt through. It seems the only thing that remained of this creature was its exoskeleton, its chitin on the outside, very resistant to, first of all, I mean, typical ants kinetic resistances in that sense. It also seems like parts of its chitin had resisted to the heat, but this thing is 100% dead. You have the feeling of, and additionally, looks like it's pretty fucked up. But it's in the trunk now. What are you guys doing?
I'm just sitting there fucking looking at it. Just
We gotta keep looking to see if there's any more traces of these things. At least one more quick glance, like around that area, and then we get the hell out of here. We gotta get out of here before 5.
yeah, we have like what 40 minutes.
Let's utilize the 40 minutes. Let's search as much of this area as we can, and then we'll get out of here. Lock the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, fuck it. Are the windows tinted?
Yeah, the back windows are.
It's also nighttime.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's look for a little bit. I guess I don't
All
know.
right, shut the door. Lock
Okay.
it.
Lock it. Spend another 40 or so minutes.
I'd say
more like 30.
just given the time, I'd say as soon as we start to see that like sun, like you know how right before the sun's about to rise, you kind of see
Yeah.
the sky change. I'd
Yeah.
say that would be our marker. Is
All
that
right,
fair?
so it'd probably be like 4:45. So yeah, you guys begin continuing your investigation here. You have a feeling that, in my mind, I'm assuming that you guys are prioritizing looking under rubble versus sifting through rubble. But you continue going through, continue looking. 10 minutes go by, 20, 30. At this point, it's like 4:45.
All right.
Sun's barely starting to cast out those purple hues in the sky.
All right. I think that's our kill. Let's get to the station.
You want to talk to that guy across the street?
No.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's just head out there.
Oh,
I guess.
do I want you to talk to him?
I don't want to fucking talk to him.
Just give him a nod when we drive off, maybe. You gave him his flashlight back?
No.
Tell him we're in a rush. It'll be at the station for him.
Well, if I'm telling him that, I may as well just fucking give it to him.
I think give it to him. I don't care.
Fuck it. Yeah. I'll trudge on over.
Hand it to me. I'll hand it out the passenger side.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Okay, so getting into the RAV, pulling alongside the Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, and he kind of like looks over, sees Galleon in the passenger, and puts the window down and kind of looks out. You guys wrapped up?
Pretty much. We're going to head back to the station, touch base with the captain when she gets in. Detective, you have his flashlight?
Yeah. Yeah. And I hand it to him.
Sure.
I think my partner here borrowed that.
Yeah, and he grabs it and sticks it. You guys find anything? Anything interesting?
As interesting as you'd find a burnt building, you know what I'm saying?
So your arson guy, is he going to come back? He's going to help out the other arson guy we got coming in?
No, he was with us.
He's already got samples. He's running them.
Yeah.
Federal.
He was in and out
Real quick.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
he's got a real up-to-date lab. It's pretty impressive stuff. So he just collected some samples. He poked and prodded. He was only here about an hour, and then he split.
He's got a little mobile lab, actually. He's a little, like a fitted van.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice.
should have some preliminary stuff, like almost right away.
All right. Well, take it easy. Get some rest, I guess.
Yeah, I fucking need it.
You too. Nice meeting you.
So yeah,
Drive off.
pull off, making your way where?
The PD, baby.
Who's driving?
Did we know that there's a police department?
Yeah, that's where they said they were going.
Okay. Yeah.
Driving. It's probably going to be about like a 30-minute drive to actually end up getting there.
Hey, drive carefully.
Yeah.
I don't want to disturb our friend.
Yeah.
He's propped up just like with his head tilted down. Making a left. Making a right. Driving straight. Morning traffic starting to creep its way in. Red light, stop sign. The smell of Lang 33. Hits your nostrils. Quickly turning around, looking into the back seat to see the thorax has been pierced. Liquid is covering the entirety of the back seat. Drained of liquid. The thorax is empty.
I'm looking at the road. Or are we already in the parking lot?
No, you guys aren't there yet. You guys are probably about 5 minutes out, 10 minutes out.
Gauze?
Yeah.
He leaked.
I take a quick look back and then
Looks like you can see the light gray interior on the back of the seats is now stained a deeper, darker gray.
Fuck. I checked the review. Is there anything like there's like an oil slick on the road type looking thing? You know what I mean? Is there like stuff leaking out the back?
No.
There's no trail on the road?
No. Doesn't seem like
It's
it.
just in the fabric.
Seems to be.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. And it's very, very strong now. I mean, 15 seconds has passed by, 20 seconds since you first noticed it. This car is starting to reek like it.
We're gonna have to torch this car.
Fuck. Okay. Do you think this is the scent is what drove him crazy, or the bugs?
Pull over. Pull over.
We gotta keep moving. We can't let anything get into this
Fuck,
car.
dude, we can't. I don't think we should be near this shit.
Do you think it's the scent or the bugs?
I mean, the scent drove the bugs mad.
And the bugs bit Thomas.
You think the bugs bit him?
He said he had bug bites all over the place.
Yeah, just being near bugs.
I'm either rolling the windows down and letting the shit air
You're
out,
gonna attract some shit.
or I'm closing the windows and putting on the recirculation.
Just drive. Just drive. Roll it. Keep them up. Keep them up. We have to.
I put the recirculation button on and fucking keep pushing.
Driving through, and I mean, now a minute's gone by, and it's a nauseating smell.
Past the PD.
Driving past the PD.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
We have to torch this fucking car. Like now.
Where the hell do we torch it?
I don't fucking know.
We're gonna have a real problem on our hands if we have a blown up factory, a burnt down building, and a torched car.
Torch car is not a big deal if we go.
It's
far
arson!
If we go far enough away. Call them. Call the other guys. Let them know what's going on.
All right.
Tell them to meet us somewhere with
I'm
a jug of gas.
All right, I'm calling Garf.
Garfield, you did it. You finally finished the report. It's all ready for Galleon to sign off on, make a couple corrections. This shit is airtight. Oh, your phone's ringing.
Hey, Garf, you gonna get that?
Hello?
Hey.
What's going on? I'm so fucking tired, man. I hate paperwork.
How's the report going?
It's done.
Mostly.
All right, so small problem.
What? No.
Gauze and I were going through the rubble, and we found something. We found a bug.
Okay.
A really big one.
Like how big?
What's he saying?
I put it on speaker.
It's such a fucking dog.
Would you say?
Would you
Would you say Rottweiler?
It's a big ass fucking dog.
We found an ant. It's about the size. I think a Rottweiler.
Okay.
It seems like all
What
the
the
All right, I got it.
fuck?
So what's the problem?
So we got it. We
Okay.
loaded it up into the car. We put it in the back seat. Well, we had the seats down, so I guess it's in the trunk. And we're driving, and we started smelling the perfume. And I turned around, and this thing has leaked its entire thorax.
You just put it down on the barren back
You
seat?
didn't put anything down? What the fuck,
no, we didn't.
guys?
Well, we didn't really have much. You guys took the car with all our shit.
A
The
piece
rental
of plywood?
car-
A
the rental
piece of
car
metal?
should've- It should have had mats in the front seat you could have used or something.
I don't think the mats would have sufficed with the size of this ant.
All right. Anyway, what are you trying to do?
Well, we were almost to the PD, but we're passing it now. Gauze thinks we need to torch the car, and I'm inclined to agree.
Fuck.
Torch the car.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before we do anything.
I don't know how we're getting the smell out.
Before we do anything, I have these bugs here. Let's see if it actually does anything to them, since we know.
What is wrong? What is wrong with you?
We really shouldn't be conducting experiments in a police department parking lot.
Not in the fucking parking
You're
lot.
fucked.
Well, we need to do something quickly because we need to finalize the report and hand it off to Cap.
Yeah, and then the serial arson case just gets stronger. I'd start keeping my voice.
We gotta
a little bit
stop.
lower.
We can't burn anything else down.
All right.
Look,
Well,
Get the
only thing I can think of is you guys might need to finalize the report yourselves, and then we're gonna have to get out of here and figure out what to do with the car after.
No, me and you need to trade places. I need you here. I'm gonna go with him.
All right.
We'll dispose of the bug and,
All
and
right.
figure out something.
No,
for the
that's
vehicle.
good. That's good. Gauze, turn around.
Okay. Yeah.
Garf's gonna hop in. I'm gonna help finalize the report, and then we'll catch up with you guys. But you guys can figure out what to do with the car.
Okay.
Come on down. Let's hit a quick Chinese fire drill and get this shit on the road.
Freaky Friday in full effect as you pull back up to the police station with Garfield waiting outside, I imagine. Quickly swap places. Anything that you say while the three of you are in company?
Dap them up.
Yeah, literally just
quick
fucking
dapping on
dap
the
up
road.
and like we all know the mission. Back to the mission. I hop in the
Pierce
car.
isn't really good at it, so he kind of like throws his hand out, and it's like
It's the
they
most
like
awkward
fingers
dap
interlock
up.
a little bit. It's like,
It's
I can
bad.
see Vinny giving him a real dirty look.
It's like Elon Musk dapping up fucking Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg. Wow, Zuckerberg.
Pierce goes for he does like a pump fake by accident because he's not anticipating
We
it.
do like the half
Gets it.
fist bump, like fucking.
Garfield, you get in the car. Gauze, you're still driving. Galleon, you get out of the car. Do you go into the PD?
I'm gonna stop before I go in.
Okay.
How do my clothes smell?
Pretty sweet. Pretty perfumey.
Can I check to see if the cone is unlocked?
Roll luck. No, they absolutely would have locked it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm shooting a text to Gonzo.
I imagine I'm in the lobby, honestly.
Oh yeah, I would figure that too. Yeah, you just kind of see
Yeah.
Gauze looking out and
And
I
then-
kind of wave you out.
Yeah, I'll run out real quick.
come out, unlock the car. Gauze, you drive off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you just
ASAP.
drive
Soon as
straight
he's in,
off.
lock, close the door. I'm out.
Yep. Okay. Garfield and Gauze, X-filling. Galleon, you just get a change of clothes.
Quick outfit change.
Easy to just kind of do it and maybe.
While we're out there, because I imagine I walk over there to him, I grab his clothes and I grab the bugs. I'm gonna just kind of.
What are you doing? Stop.
I need to. We
No,
need to
you
figure
don't
out
stop.
what's
Not
going
here.
on with
Not
this.
here. We'll do it later. Stop. Stop with the bugs.
All right, fine.
You put the bugs in the same bag. I don't care. We're not doing experiments in a police department parking lot.
Do we have any like plastic bags in the?
Yeah.
I put his clothes in a plastic bag and try and tie it as tightly as possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's easy enough to do. And then what?
Grab the paperwork and start making.
Going
back into the PD.
inside,
Going back
yeah.
back into the conference room and sitting down. Gauze, where are you heading?
I'm just driving straight across the PD. I look over at Carver and say, "We're fucked."
No, we're not.
Garfield, do you look in the back seat? There's no way you don't.
Yeah, I do. I have to, of course.
Roll sanity.
Yeah, like any logical person would look.
Yeah.
There's no getting around that.
Before
Anyone cool
they
enough to be in the program would.
before they get too far, I call Gauze, and I just
Two.
I call Gauze.
2, you're okay. It is
I just kind of.
the mangled, twisted, rotting, burnt corpse of a gigantic ant. And this whole car smells like that perfume, and it is like it gives you a headache how sweet it smells.
What are you, crazy? Roll the fucking windows down.
What if the scent gets out?
Run them the fuck over. If what are you afraid of the scent?
I mean, the fucking bug's crazy. You want to spread that across the entire fucking Tampa metropolitan area?
Are you serious? This place already smells like shit.
You want every bug in this place to be crawling and turn into one of those?
I really don't think that
We don't know that.
gas escaping into Earth is gonna. I think we're just gonna fucking kill ourselves.
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Crack
I'd
the
rather be
back
safe than
window.
Sorry, no.
Oh my god, you're
I
crazy.
put the window lock on.
All right, just drive to the woods. Get us to the woods.
Are there woods? There's,
Do I have the map
There's
in the
swamp
car?
down here, right?
Not in the RAV, no.
Just drive south.
South?
If we're in Tampa, we should hit the coast soon.
Okay, yeah. Where are the Everglades at? Do you know?
That's where I think that's where we're heading toward. I'm not the best with Florida. It's fucking huge.
Everglades.
Neither
are
is your
Is
fucking
Vinny.
character.
We're in Tampa, which is the southernmost point of Florida. If we drive more south, we're gonna hit water.
At some point, if you head south anywhere in the world, you'll eventually hit water.
Tampa's close to the.
I'm
fucking
trying.
border.
I'm trying to establish the fact that you don't know that because you don't have a map right now.
Not Antarctica.
Because eventually you would just be going north.
I'm trying to think if my character's ever been to Florida. I don't think so.
Get on the highway, stop at a road stop, so I can grab a map.
All right, yeah.
I call Gauze.
Gauze, your phone rings.
Answer it, put it on the speaker, put it in the cup holder.
Hey, I'm gonna be quick. Don't forget about junkyards and shit like that. Maybe we could salvage the car. And I hang up.
I am actively mouth breathing instead of. I just want to make that clear. I'm just
Gotcha.
the backseat or fucking passenger.
All right. So you guys are pulling over and getting a map.
Yeah. I'm gonna. As you get out, I'm gonna do a loop. I don't want to keep this thing sitting for too long at all. I don't know.
All right.
All right. Garfield, you get out and eventually just run in real quick, buy a map of the area, and come back out.
Mhm.
That's easy enough. And Gauze, you're probably just finished like your loop.
Yeah.
Pick them back up?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I will allow you to use your mobile device and look up a map of Tampa, Florida, and the surrounding area in Florida. Back in the PD, Galleon, you're reviewing this report? All right. So, the information that Ant explained to me that was in this report, are there any addendums, or is there anything that you're taking out of this? Because now it is in your hands.
Clip notes?
It is a basic report on how an individual private FBI arson investigator, W.F. Parker, was on scene along with, the members.
Agent Parker. Nice. That's good.
The agents here made an analysis to establish that a fire was started in the kitchen area using methods typical of people trying to fraud insurance companies, followed up with additional information, basically pinning it on Ravenna Michelle's and saying that, we conducted an interview and there is some direct transcripts from that interview. We have a likelihood to believe that she caused this fire for, purposes involving, covering up her connection to Thomas Meyer, as well as, the general, maybe, I don't know if there was any mention of the actual infestation or anything like that. I don't think that there was. And then it essentially finishes with saying that, the people who've been involved in this investigation are getting called to something else. So we're leaving it up to the discretion of the Tampa PD in order to
All right. So,
finish it up.
other than some general formalization of the writing itself, I'd like to clean up maybe the firm accusation against Ravenna Michelle, and I'd like to polish up all the evidence and kind of cite her as a most likely suspect.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also like to include in the report that this was newfound information separate from the investigation into Thomas Meyer, which this unit feels was the one-off actions of a mentally unstable individual.
Gotcha.
And we feel that the relation between the two is unrelated to the cases separately.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, given the information that was relayed to her in the interview, albeit not true, makes her the most likely suspect for insurance fraud, given the recent closure of her establishment and the noted structural code violations.
Gotcha. All right. So I need you on the finalization of this to roll either bureaucracy or law for me.
Okay.
Do you help him out?
Yeah, I'm also looking over his shoulder.
Okay. So who has the higher skill?
So I have a 40 in bureaucracy. Law, I have a 0, which is strange.
0 in law and a 30 in bureaucracy.
So first of all, we're going to start with Gonzo. You roll me bureaucracy. If you succeed, then Galleon can roll bureaucracy and not have to add 20 to it.
I'm going to use a program point.
Go ahead.
72 on a 30 for my first one.
Fail.
And a 58 on a 30 for my second.
So Galleon, go ahead and roll bureaucracy for me and add 20 to whatever you roll because of the exhaustion.
I am also going to use a program point.
Sure.
It wasn't the whole point of that to use you and Ant's shared one? Isn't that why he waited for
No.
Okay.
So he did it with the intention of me looking over it
Oh,
and
okay.
finalizing
Okay.
it. Yeah. All right, so I am going to use a program point.
I will say, you know what? You don't have to add 20 to it because basically you're picking up where he left off. So it is a joint effort.
I'm still going to use a program point.
Sure. Yeah, but you don't have to add 20 to it.
Thank you.
Did I? Yeah, I still would have failed anyway. Doesn't matter.
Would you have done that knowing that he doesn't have to add 20
No,
to it?
I still would have. I
Okay.
still would have put a
And
program.
would you
I
still
still
would have
would've
used a
failed.
program point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Program point for the save. I rolled an 84 on my first one and a 4 on my second one.
Nice. Yeah, you have a feeling that the report is very official looking. Cites a lot of good stuff. You fixed a couple of grammatical errors, and it looks shipshape.
Do I have time to get on PD computer and type it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'd like to do that. Secure it in a manila envelope.
Yep.
And I would like to be waiting in the lobby for Captain Perez's arrival.
Okay. So at this point, we're looking at about maybe like 5:30. So I do want to ask our guys driving. Garfield is just taking a look at this map. Gauze, you're just driving. What are you guys
I'm
doing?
just 10 and 2, locked in, speed limit. Just trying to not think.
Okay.
Head over toward Eureka Springs Parks.
How the fuck do I get there?
I'm showing him the map.
It is a public park.
It's early,
You make your way there.
and we have 15 minutes.
Still driving. Yep. I would say with that time, you guys, drove far away. So I would say it's less than 15 minutes.
It's more like 5:10.
Yeah, 5:10. It's like make a left up here.
Okay.
Making a left and you guys get there. It's a public park.
Just a public park.
A public park.
Okay. Is there trees around, like woods?
A little bit, yeah. After a largely well-developed parking lot, a couple of bathrooms off to the right side, and what looks like a clerical administrative office that's closed at this point. No cars in the parking lot here.
And go down the road there, and it should lead to a lake.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so pulling out of the park, making a roundabout way, passing the park off to the left now, eventually off to the right, you see what looks like almost a second continuation of this park, and it's probably about 5 minutes up the road. Another park that does look like it has a body of water there. A lot of the trees have been kind of like cleared out, but you do see it off in the distance there.
Any cars around?
No.
Pull off. Can we pull off into the side? Is there room in the woods to like pull into with the car?
Yeah,
I don't care about hurting the car. I'm gonna fucking burn it out. So
I would say that what's the goal here? To get close to the water, hide the car?
Pull behind the trees and just hide the car.
Yes,
pull
so
closer to
I mean,
the body of
at that point, you're almost like driving on like a side path that separates the tree line and this lake in the center there.
All right. Cars behind some trees.
On sidewalk, yeah. It's set up where it looks like there's a small concrete footpath to walk along this body of water. So if you're walking down this footpath, on the left of it is this lake, on the right of it is this, cluster of trees.
We can try to burn this thing down. Or we can see if the Gators will eat it. And then we can deal with the car later.
Oh, fuck. I mean, it was only insects, right?
I think if the Gators eat it, we're good.
I don't think gators can eat a car. Oh, the bug.
The bug.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, maybe. We could try. I don't know.
I'm going to open the trunk. Like we're going to get out. I'm going to open the trunk. I'm just
Okay.
looking at the bits.
Yeah.
I see the fallen off leg.
Yeah.
I take that and I'm going to go over near the body of water. Do I spot any gators?
Roll luck.
Oh man.
12. On a 50.
It's dark, but the sun is now cresting up over the purples in the sky are now becoming like this deeper orange color, sending out this light that scatters along the top of this lake here, and you see peeking out of the water, probably about 20 or so yards out, unmoving, still, the head of a crocodile. Alligator. Swimming up behind it, another one you see.
How heavy's the leg? Is it gonna encounter like wind resistance if I throw it?
No.
Like it's like a stick.
About the weight
It's
of
like a stick.
boomerang.
Okay.
It's gonna boomerang.
You're gonna make me do an athletics if I throw it?
Yes, probably.
Okay. What if I just?
You're going to throw it no matter what. It's not
It's
like
20
it-
yards.
It's not
How
like
far is it
it's
out?
listen. It's not like if you fail it, you drop it. It's just if you're trying to get it close to these gators, you need a successful athletics check to get close enough to them.
Okay.
Causes at his breaking point. He's just eating the other leg.
Yeah, you see me fucking gnawing.
He's starting to lap up the fucking juice in the back
Yeah, I'm
seat.
straining that shit out of the floor mats.
I'm gonna creep up slow and quietly and just get as close as I can without spooking the gator. I guess I don't know how far am I from
20
that.
or so yards from this gator.
All right, and then I'm
the
just
gator's
gonna
in the
chuck
water.
the leg. Yeah,
Are
I'm gonna
you
chuck the leg
are,
at
are you
him.
getting in the water?
No.
Oh, okay, you said like close as I can without spooking the gator. I'm like, are you
I
wading
wasn't
in?
aware I was already at the edge of the water
Yeah,
line.
yeah. Well, that's where you guys parked.
Okay. I got it in my head now. Sorry.
Okay. So you get out,
And I'm gonna
take
just
this leg, step up to the edge of the water,
yeah.
and just hurl it.
Is it far 20 yards?
20 yards,
So 60 feet.
60 feet.
Okay, yeah, I gotta throw it. Okay.
You throw it?
Yeah.
Roll athletics.
I'm program pointing. Nah, it's just a throw. 3.
I just have a lot of program points. So I'm not program pointing it. I'm just throwing it. I should have program pointed it. It was an 85 on a 50.
85 on a 50. It goes end over end and lands itself halfway between you and the alligators. The splash that ensues catches their attention as they turn their heads and start to slowly swim and make their way over. They're about a quarter of the way there. Gauze, what are you doing during all this?
I'm just watching. So we just feed the bug and we burn the car out. We give the bug to them, we burn the car. Because all the shit's in the...
We
all
don't
the shit's
have
in
a
the car.
timetable on this return for this car. I could just swap the seats out. We could burn the seats. We don't have to burn the whole fucking car down.
I mean, it's in the seats. I imagine it's in everywhere. I imagine it's in the headliner everywhere.
We'll
I
deal
don't
with
know.
it later. The bug is the most important thing, and we can deal with this vehicle later. We don't have to... I have cover for the vehicle. I can get this thing back at any time. I think if we burn it, that's a decision that we need to think about later and do that in another state where we already haven't committed to fucking... or one explosion linked to another one.
Yeah, you think we just try to cut out all the fabric out of the back of this car and...
Whether it's that or
burn
this,
that?
we just deal with the bug right now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the bug's the big issue, I guess.
Yes.
Splash, you hear as one of the gators gets close enough, takes a bite out of the arm, pulls it underwater, and does not come back up.
We don't get a death
Looks
roll?
like this is a good call.
Yeah.
Let's chuck the rest of it in.
Let's chuck it in.
You are you okay, man? You ain't looking too hot.
I'm just tired, man. It's been fucking like... how long? Let's just get this shit done. I want to get out of here, man.
All right, you're good to help me though, right?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's throw this fucking idiot in the water and... God damn, I just want to see my fucking family. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
I hear you, bro. Let's just get it done.
Okay. Removing the two halves of this large insect and placing it into the water. Hurling it about as far as you probably can. Yep. And you chuck them in and they splash.
Like
in
if
the
there's a
water.
section we gotta like 2 times.
Yep. Yeah. The
Heave
heave
ho.
ho splash and it makes its
Pretending
way out
it's
there.
my son.
Both halves of it. Both
To the gate.
both halves of it are in the water. And this other gator that's kind of made itself known is just kind of like looking at it and slowly approaching. You guys watch?
Yeah.
Takes about maybe 60 seconds before it gets close enough. pulls one of the halves underwater. Doesn't come back up. Now the top half, which hasn't been pulled under yet, is just floating on the top of the water, and you guys are just looking out at this thing. And the sun is now rising a little bit higher and casting much more of a glow over this lake. And then you don't see any other gator, but you do see that top half get pulled underwater with a resounding splash. What do you guys do?
Looks like we're good here. They got it all.
All right, yeah. Let's get out of here. Let's you have like a box cutter or something?
What, for the seats?
Yeah.
Yeah, for now we can just cut the fabric out.
Start.
But do you have any gloves or anything? I don't want to get this shit on my hands. I think we should get...
I have my doctor bag with me.
Yeah.
I have gloves in there.
All right.
I would always have gloves in there.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's a doctor bag.
I say yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I toss on a pair of gloves. They're XLs.
Let's get out of the park. Let's get out of the park before we do this. We don't want to cause any more attention. We just got rid of this ant body with no trouble. Let's get out of here and do this later.
All right.
So you guys are just leaving?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting back in the car and
getting back in the car, pulling back off of this sidewalk. Like, I mean, it's a very strange and a very funny situation that you guys have put yourselves in.
That's why I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
Backing off, and like one of the rear tires like dips into like the mud that separates the water from the ground. You guys speed off as you see another car like pulling in, and you just kind of pass by it rather quickly, and it looks like it's like a guy who's towing a fishing boat on the back.
I just imagine the neighbor looking out the window like, what the fuck are they doing out there?
Out the window.
And he just kind of like looks at you, gives you a quizzical look, and you guys drive off. In the PD, time has passed. I know you said you're waiting for Captain Christina Perez. That whole thing took them maybe about 45 minutes. All right, so at this point, back in the PD, we're looking at like 5:45. Any conversations that the two of you have? Gonzo, are you waiting in the lobby alongside him?
Yeah, kind of. While we're waiting, I actually do head over to the receptionist, and I just kind of mention to her like, "Hey, do you have an idea if Ravenna's or Captain Perez is coming in today?"
Yeah.
She'll be in this morning. She's
yeah.
not expected on site.
She should be in sometime before 7:00. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Just making sure. We gotta head out soon, so want to make sure we talk to her before we head out.
Yeah, gotcha. Another 5 minutes pass.
Yeah.
Any conversations that the two of you have between each other?
Just let him know that Captain Perez should be in about before 7, so we shouldn't have to worry about her getting to the site before us.
Did you guys make any coffee?
Yeah, we had a double pot in the break room.
Pretty exhausted. Would you mind grabbing me a cup?
Come on, man. I ain't your mate. Go get it yourself.
I'm just asking politely. I'm waiting on the captain. I have the report.
All right, I gotcha.
Thanks.
Stepping away to get a cup of coffee. Gonzo, you make your way to the break room. It's about 6:10, and you see the door open. Captain Christina Perez steps inside, looks at you.
Captain.
Special agent.
How you doing? Good morning.
Good. She shakes your hand. So we have our arson investigator coming in. He should be here pretty soon. He's one of my detectives, so.
That's great. Listen, full disclosure, what you said to me and my counterpart yesterday really seemed to resonate. We pulled some strings. We got the other guys down here as soon as possible. We had our own arson specialist rather, take a little bit of a look overnight. He ran some pretty conclusive reports. We should have some further details down the road. But
what are you talking about?
I have the reports that you were asking for yesterday. We've been assigned to another assignment.
She takes the manila envelope and holds it in her hand.
All the details that you might have been looking for in reference to Thomas Meyer, as well as the incidents that happened at the restaurant.
I told you that wasn't your scene.
Agreed.
She just kind of like shakes her head and opens it up. Gonzo, you come back and you see Captain Christina Perez reading the report with Galleon in front of her. She's like flipping through it.
Galleon, Captain Perez, how you doing today?
She just kind of like looks at you, looks back at the report.
Nothing's conclusive, but it's your case now.
She closes it. I made it clear to you.
You did. I'm making it clear. We took action into our own hands. Make of that report what you will. It's all typed up for your use. We're on another assignment. It's been a pleasure.
She just shakes her head and starts walking away.
Let's go.
Start heading out.
Heading out almost on cue as the other half of G-Cell pulls up with a RAV4 that is slightly lighter. You guys see Gonzo and Galleon stepping out empty-handed.
Report's been handed off.
All right. We got rid of our. We dropped our friend off. He should be having a good time. He's fishing.
Let's plan with the car.
Let's do something with this car.
In another state.
Yeah. Let's just dip. Let's bolt.
All right.
All right. We'll grab the cone and we'll follow you guys.
All right.
Where are you guys heading?
Before we head out, I'd say, hey, did you guys check out any junkyard? See if we can maybe get another back seat in there so we don't have to total the car.
What is it? What did you say?
You guys check out a junkyard so we get a new back seat in there so we don't have to.
Yeah,
total the car?
we're gonna take care of that in another state. We gotta
Alright.
stop doing stuff here.
All right.
If the idea is another state, you guys are looking at a pretty far drive.
Yeah.
North Florida at least.
Yeah.
I just want to be out of Tampa.
All right.
Out of the metropolitan area.
Small town in northern Florida.
Completely out of Captain Perez's jurisdiction.
How far away, time-wise?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up a town.
No, you won't.
Okay.
You'll turn your phone upside down, you will look me directly in the eyes, not breaking eye contact, and come up with the town's name.
Bad Bread, Florida.
Bad Bread. 2 hours away north, Bad Bread, Florida. You guys agree on that as a group?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
All right. Making your way out, leaving Tampa. You guys are heading there. Any conversations that happen on this 2 hour drive, you guys are fucking exhausted at this point. The smell in the RAV, whoever is in the RAV, it fucking reeks and it's giving you a headache. I mean, putting on top of it the exhaustion, migraines, light sensitivity, this smell is bugging you.
I'm staying driving.
You're driving the permeated car?
We got black ice in the Kona.
We got black ice in the Kona.
Do you think we could use some of the cotton balls to stuff our noses or something
Yeah. Fuck it. I got cotton balls, cotton swabs here.
and breathe out of our mouths? I'll come with you just to make sure you don't pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
If you need me to drive, just let me know. All right, cool. We'll burn the car down.
There's no way it goes wrong.
All right.
How, where, and when are you burning this car down in Bad Bread, Florida?
Sure, I would know how to.
Can you describe
Disconnect
Can
something.
you describe the type of town that Bad Bread, Florida is?
The sticks.
Oh, sick.
Oh,
Okay,
sick,
so we're in the boonies right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, you guys are out there away from a lot of civilization. It's a smaller town. The main street is maybe like a handful of stores. Houses are scattered far and private. I don't care about the specifics.
Okay.
I want to know where. I want to know the idea with it. You can burn this car. Stop at a hardware store. Get tubing. Whatever you need. You can do that. That's fine. What is the idea with this? Are you keeping it hidden? Are you putting it in the woods? Are you doing it on the road? Are you trying to stage it to look like something? What are you doing?
I think just off-roading it in like a mile into the woods.
Yeah.
As far as we can, just like
A wet area, so we don't light the whole fucking woods on fire
Yeah,
like
just
a bog.
Spending some time to kind of find a private off-road, like a back road that
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of foot traffic, doesn't have a lot of car traffic.
Mhm.
Off-road it, bumping up and down as you're
Like a
driving.
poor area of Florida where fucking
Yeah, no, like I
hicks
said,
and
it's
shit live,
out in the sticks, middle
doing
of nowhere.
that type
and-
of shit.
Yeah. You find a road that maybe has a long extended driveway leading to a private house maybe once every 300 or so yards. What do you guys do?
300 yards in between.
That's a
There's like a deep section of like bog area or something.
It's 3 football fields away. You're talking pretty far distance.
Yeah.
But is it?
On the left and on the right, you guys are surrounded completely by trees, thick, dense swampland.
nothing's gonna burn here. Nothing will burn.
Yeah,
The,
so we'll
the
just
inside
pull.
of the car will at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
all
that's
that matters.
yeah,
The inside of the
I
car.
just don't want to burn half of Florida down.
Yeah.
It's swampland, it's
Yeah.
wet, it's very
Yeah, we're good.
humid out
Right,
today.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
So just pull it off into the least sus-looking clearing, and
Siphon out some gas, pour it in the back, siphon it to the back seat.
can I just put
immediately.
a rag in the fucking gas pipe and light it?
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah, I'll just put a rag.
However you want to do it. Whether or not you want
I saw that on TV once.
guarantee that there's some gasoline on the back seat is up to you, though.
Yeah, I'll siphon some out and cover
Okay.
the inside of the car to
Yeah,
make sure.
That's
I'm sure
easy
I would
enough.
know how.
And I'm imagining that you guys are probably like a decent, maybe say 50 or so yards off of this main road.
Yeah, definitely not easily viewable.
Yeah.
Okay, keeping the Kona parked on the road.
In relatively close, but like easily to get out of from.
Okay. Is everybody surrounding this car as you kind of come down? And basically the way that this is set up is it's downhill. So you have the car kind of off-roading, almost on an angle too. And you can see leading down further, thicker, deeper woods, probably leading to some sort of grove, some sort of, body of water down there.
Can I pop the plates off real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Take the time,
Good idea.
kind of pop front and back plates off.
Including any license plate covers indicating the rental company.
Yep, easy enough to do that too.
I'm also going to
can-
scratch off any VINs.
I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, so there's a couple spots that the VIN's going to be on. Obviously,
Engine
inside the driver's side door, inside the engine, and there's also one that's been sketched into the windshield.
Crack the windshield so it's not easily viewable. So I'll take a rock and I'll just kind of jam it on where that is,
Okay.
and just
Yeah.
keep banging on it so it's like just a cracked mess.
Easy. And I imagine through whatever kind of tools that Vinny had in his makeshift lockpick set, you'd be able to find something to scratch off the VIN that are in the two other spots there. Okay, easy enough to do that. Any other precautions that you guys want to take before you light this baby up?
I ask who was driving.
What year is this car?
2016.
It's a good year. It's a great year.
Can I search the car for any GPS tracking units?
You are beginning that process.
Cool.
As he's looking, I say, "Hey, Galleon, are there more clothes in the Kona?"
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Okay. We should probably change. I should change at least.
Throw the clothes in the car, dude. Grab
Or if
mine.
we should change
Yeah,
it. We should just throw our old clothes in the car and burn those too.
I grabbed my. No, I imagine I'm still wearing some of my, I guess, half bloodied rags. I don't know if I was wearing a long shirt. I imagine I was wearing a short sleeve, and you said my forearm, so there's
Yeah.
no blood on my shirt.
No.
Do me a favor.
se.
Grab those fucking bugs, too.
Yeah, we can get rid of them here.
Okay, so going into the fire is the clothes that you were wearing while you were in the car, the bugs. Are you burning your bloody pantsuit?
Yes.
Suit pants?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else that you guys are burning?
Ah, shit. We should take a square of this carpet to bring back to the program so they can look at it.
I thought they wanted everything destroyed.
Can we review the mission directive?
Please. That's why it's on the table.
Yeah, I thought it was capture, or it was destroy or capture.
I don't know if they want proof or not.
Contain.
I mean,
I feel like
the whole thing was
contain was the
we have
word.
the database. We don't need it.
Yeah,
that
we
was the
don't
whole
need it.
thing.
It says collect or destroy.
Oh, okay.
So we can keep the
should,
bugs.
We probably should.
I think we just
We can
determined
keep
that
the
it's too
bugs.
dangerous for us to carry around.
Yeah. If we keep it in like an airtight bag, I mean, the bugs didn't get out.
If you want to keep a small section, that's fine too.
Yeah, we can get like an evidence bag.
Yeah, easy
and-
enough.
And get like a small square out that it looks like it's been soaked, and then
Yeah, cut it with
Cut
an
it.
X-Acto knife to what, like a 2x2 inch?
yeah, and throw it in the bag, double bag it,
Okay, easy.
wrap it in duct tape.
Yep.
And throw the knife back in there in the RAV.
Okay. Anything else going in the ref?
Did we leave anything in the car? Is there any like?
No.
We didn't have any clothes or anything.
Gonzo took the time to make sure that the RAV was completely cleaned, and then you guys took it out afterwards.
So there's no renter's information or anything.
No.
Right? Okay,
No,
cool.
no.
Yeah, I think we're all clear in terms of what we want to burn. Set the bitch billies.
Can I light up a cigarette?
Yep. Set, primed, and ready to go. Who is lighting this ablaze?
I wait till he's down to his last of that, and I say, "Give me that." And I walk it over to the
Grabbing the cigarette
soaked
butt.
rag.
Quickly, kind of pressing it in. It's starting to burn.
And I start hustling my fat ass back to the road.
Hustling. Rather quickly, it is engulfed in flames. There is a slight explosion. It's not very loud, but you can hear, and anyone who's looking sees the car just bounce just a little bit. and that fire very quickly spreads into the back seat, engulfing the entire things in flames.
You said it was kind of like downhill, right?
Yeah.
You guys want to help me kick this thing?
Sure.
Kick it to
I
the
imagine
wall.
it's in park.
What's in front of the car?
It's just straight downhill, probably leading to what you can imagine is a body of water, but you can't see from this distance because of the density of the trees.
No,
Well,
just
I
let
would
it burn
imagine
here.
there's water. Yeah,
Yeah, it's in park. I
It would be
imagine.
pretty dangerous too because the flames are now getting pretty
Yeah,
intense,
but-
pretty
yeah,
high
okay.
heat,
Alright,
spreading very, very quickly here.
I think cars can explode like
Yeah.
multiple times.
I was
too.
imagining like that scene in The Strangers when the flaming cars.
I know you mean.
So
Let's fucking cheese it.
G-Cell looks upon their second arson in the last 2 days, plotting their next steps for the finish of their opera. With a couple more loose ends to be tied up, there's not much more keeping you here. But we will address that pick up next session.
That very well done, everybody. I feel like we went through that mission.
Thank you for listening to this installment of 12 Gauge, a Nasty Table production.